Today we start a course which is called Everything About the Feet and Flare Design. When we hear feet and flare, we usually imagine a 6-gore skirt which is straight and then turns into a fishtail. I haven't even prepared any pictures or the books because we'll make each model. We bought a cheap fabric roll to sew all the types of skirts. Here's the lady we're going to work with. This is the pattern I made for this lady. Her waist is 94 centimeters and the hips are 100 centimeters. So here's the basis of the skirt designed for this figure. Those of you who have already bought my course on sewing and designing of skirts can use my design. The others can use any design you want. It's not important. What is important is for you to learn how to design the feet and flare skirts. Today we're shooting the introductory lesson about the feet and flare designs. There are a lot of types of the feet and flare skirts. 6-gore, 8-gore, 12-gore, 16-gore skirts. There are crazy feet and flare skirts, which have huge flare parts starting from the hips. There are also skirts which have this flare part only at the very bottom. We'll be working on the different number of gores, different degree of flare, and its height level. I'm planning to sew a lot of skirts. We'll design a skirt with the multiple gores, which will have a long tail at the back. Such long flared skirts can be decorated with a tulle and long tails at the bottom. We'll talk about such interesting feet and flare skirts too. We can also sew a feet and flare skirt in which one side is higher than the other, asymmetric skirts. I'm not going to tell you now about all the skirts we're going to make. You'll see them all. We'll be moving slowly, making the skirts one by one. There are a lot of different types of the feet and flare skirts. When I was studying, we were used to constructing the gores this way. Measure the waist and the hips, then divide these parameters into parts according to the number of gores. The problem was that we have different measurements at the back and at the front sides. So we use different method now. Now we design the skirts on the basis of the pattern. Here's our pattern. Notice that we have different sizes of the tucks here. We can't make equal gores. We won't have enough here, and we'll have too much here. Nowadays, we design all the skirts on the basis of the basic pattern. Make a good basic pattern once, and you'll be making all the skirts on its basis. We'll show you a lot of skirts, so make a good basic pattern. You can make one according to our 10 measurement system or any other system, it's not important. What is important is that you should have a basic pattern before we start working. Having such a basic pattern, we can draw as many gores as we need. We'll learn how to sew the feet and flare skirts. My basic pattern is a bit narrow at the bottom. The most beautiful type of the feet and flare skirt is the one which is narrow and then it widens at the bottom. Anyway, we'll make different types of skirts, even those which are wide from the very hips. People like to be different. The circle skirt is wide from the very waist, and it makes some people look fat. The skirt which fits you here and is wide from the hips looks very beautiful. We'll see the first skirt in the next video. It will be an 8-gore skirt. So buy the fabric, prepare a pattern. There's a lot of work ahead. Here's our training fabric. It stretches across a bit, and it doesn't stretch lengthwise at all. Do not use the fabrics which stretch lengthwise. If the fabric stretches in all directions, it will look worn out very soon. Do not use the fabrics which stretch along the warp thread. We usually make the skirts with a lining. In summer, we make a lot of skirts of the cotton cambric with a cambric lining. It looks very beautiful when the skirt itself is bright or with ornament and the lining is single-colored. Very nice light skirts. If it's a holiday skirt, we add the tulle frill. We'll show it all to you when working. You can use a lot of different fabrics for the feet and flare skirts. Just don't use the fabrics which stretch lengthwise. Use silk, chiffon, crepe, anything. Start with something simple, practice, and then take any fabric you want. Tomorrow we start showing a video course about the feet and flare skirts. Do not forget that the skirt is a part of a dress. A lot of dresses have the feet and flare skirts. They are narrow at the hips and flare at the bottom. It also looks very beautiful. Be different. We show you a lot of interesting designs. We are Paukšte Irina. Subscribe to our channel. Goodbye.